2, 3, 4. Hello everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is MopTop and today we're going to be playing Idle Manager. This game I think came out in 2021. And I think when we play that's what the initial year will say. It's a little like J-pop idol manager sim visual novel-ish game, and I enjoy it. So we're gonna play it today. I don't know if this will be a series, but we can go ahead and do the story mode because I think it's fun. But yeah, I just wanted to play this today because I have been playing it recently and I just enjoy it. So we're gonna play it. We're gonna go ahead and do a new story mode, and I want to be a woman. Um, and you already know my last name is Top, and my first name is Mop. Okay, shoot. This I should have done literally any amount of thinking before we did this, but the thing is with this game is that like you have like a big you have the main group name. But then you can create sister groups, and I am of the persuasion where I like to have them kind of in a theme. So I don't know exactly what to name them. Um, Honestly, I kind of like I was toying with the idea of the name like delinquents. I don't know. I There's a new um show on Netflix called Glass Heart. And in that, there's a band called 10 Blank, but I kind of like the name Glass Heart, so we could name them Glass Hearts. What's like, I don't know. Shoot, I always do this. It comes to like this part, and I'm like, oh no, I don't know what to do. What could be something fun that could have some adjacent names? Um, well, okay, also I kind of like to take a neutral or rebellious sort of approach whenever we do this. I don't like to do the orthodox. These are all like you'll see later we'll be asked like what kind of approach we want to take, and that's where those decisions will come in. Um, but hmm. What's a group you would listen to? Like if you heard that come over, I don't know, because they have like AKB48. What does AKB48 stand for? Does AKB stand for the location that it's in? Let us see. AKB 48 stands for. Yeah, Akihabara is from Akihabara. Um, Name ideas for J-pop groups. Oh, a J-pop name generator. On fantasynamegenerators.com. That's hilarious. Why do you have that? It's fine, but it's funny. Okay, okay. Oh, interesting. So we have, ooh, actually, I think I've found one that I like already. Okay. Um, the names that it generated were ink, like ink with writing, Enigma Zone, which that's kind of fun, Riddle, Fluke, which is also fun, Kiss Party, Desire, Babble, Rumor, which I think is what I want to go with, Courage and Wicked. I'm gonna click it again, but I kind of like the name Rumor. U Juice is another one that just came up. Phantom is another one that came up. Temptation. Phantom is coming up a lot. Okay, I think I want to do. Oh, shoot. One of the other things that I can't do is spell. Okay, and I was gonna spell that wrong. So that's really embarrassing. Cool. rumor. I was gonna try to put an O in this beginning. Just never ask me to spell anything because I can't spell. Also, yesterday I sliced my thumb open, but I think we're all good. But the band-aid was just slipping around, and I was like, dude, what? So, I was cutting bread and okay, I won't talk about it because I know some people get queasy. Okay. All right. Rumor is going to be the name of our group. Why? Because I like it. And also later we can we can do like a sister group called like Whisper or Gossip or um Scandal. Scandal would be funny. Okay. Rumor. All right. Our let's make our rival female. And I'm going to turn off the tutorial because I don't want it. And we're going to do normal. Should I do unfair? No. I might quit. We're gonna do normal. Um, we could do relaxed so that we don't have to worry about anything. We're just gonna do normal. Although going into debt is hitting a little too close to home at the moment. Do you guys see me? Oh, I'm being so silly. Okay, there we go. Oh, I've never played this game with the sound, so I didn't even know. I'm gonna turn it up. Hopefully it's not too loud. I didn't know that she talked to me in Japanese. All right. Oh, are you here to meet with Fujimoto? Sorry to break it to you, but he's not here right now. She doesn't say the whole thing. She just says a few statements. Okay. If you had an appointment scheduled for now, well, you might be waiting for a while. Fujimoto has a habit of keeping people waiting. Where is Fujimoto? When will Fujimoto be here? Where is he? Hey, do I look like I know? I don't even work here. I mean, it's not like anyone works here, right? Not at the moment, at least. If you wanted to meet anyone who works for Fujimoto, well, you showed up a week too late. What happened a week ago? I think that's what I asked. What I would have asked. What I would ask if this were me. Oh, you didn't know? Well, this building might look like a ghost town now, but it used to be home to some very lucrative businesses. Oh, another thing is I've never finished this game. I've gotten to chapter 6, which I think is the final chapter, but I didn't finish it. I didn't meet the requirements for it, so that was embarrassing. But anyways, oh, you didn't know? Well, this building. Oh wait, already about that. They were the kind of businesses that turn a very large profit, but they did most of their business in cash, if you catch my drift. Fujimoto runs the kind of businesses that favor profits over morals, kicking it old school with the world's oldest professions. If you don't get it, this means illegal activities were going on. Of course, the local law enforcement were usually willing to Of course, the local law enforcement were usually willing to turn a blind eye as long as they got a cut of the action. But ever since our city was chosen to host the upcoming summer games, the higher ups have started cracking down on that sort of thing. I guess Fujimoto decided to clean up his act before the police had to get involved, which would explain why this building is now empty, and some of the neighborhood's finest massage therapists are now finding themselves out of a job. But I guess their loss is your gain, right? I don't get the connection with massage therapists, but that's okay. That's what you're meeting Fujimoto about. Well, as best as I can gather, Fujimoto's goal is to clean up his act, but let me give you a piece of advice. People don't change their ways so easily, you dig? If you want to run things squeaky clean, you'll be running against the grain. Yeah, who are you? Me? I'm just a concerned citizen giving out some free advice. Is that enough gossip? I'm trying to impress upon you that Fujimoto is probably desperate to fill this space with some kind of business. Whoever fills it could probably get away with running it at a loss for the foreseeable future. One of the benefits of not caring where your money comes from means you can accumulate a lot of it, and Fujimoto spent a lot of time not caring where his money came from. Anyway, I've already said too much. Enjoy your meeting with Fujimoto, alright? Sayonara. She said goodbye. No one's talking to me. How much more do I need to press? Okay. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Chapter 1. Chapter 1. The beginning of our story. Oh, I needed to depress again and I didn't. Oh! Oh, hey! Ah, you're Top Mop, right? Sorry to have kept you waiting. Good to finally meet you in person. I hope this isn't too loud. Fujimoto, track is kind of loud. I must admit, I'm a bit surprised to see you're so young, but entertainment does seem to be a young person's game, especially when it comes to managing talent. Anyway, your age is less important to me than your experience, which was enough to impress me. I'm not that impressive, or I'm glad you're impressed. Let's be a little bold. The thing that caught my eye, however, wasn't your education, or even your most recent work experience. I was most impressed by the fact that you worked at a convenience store in high school. Most people wouldn't brag about working at a convenience store, but to become a part-time manager at such a young age is certainly unusual, especially given that I happen to know that convenience store. It's in a pretty rough and tumble part of town. You're someone who knows how to get things done, aren't you? Managing an ILC isn't exactly the same thing as running a convenience store, but you have to deal with a lot of the same problems: young employees who are trying to balance school and work, running on a tight budget, keeping customers happy. If you know the business fundamentals, I think you'll do well here. And if you don't yet know everything you need to know, I hope you'll learn fast. So, anyway, I have the paperwork here if you're ready to sign. Your terms are, well, let's just say that they're the best terms I was able to get on such short notice. Anyway, I don't want you to think of me as your boss. You're the boss. I'm just a sponsor, an investor, if you will. This is your enterprise, and I'm buying myself a piece of the action. When it comes to starting capital, I'm afraid I can't offer much in the way of cash. My investments haven't left me very liquid, and I'm taking a significant loss. What? And I'm taking a loss on a significant portion of my portfolio, you see. Part of the reason this building happens to be vacant. But I can offer you the bottom floor rent free. Pretty lucky for my loss to turn into your gain, isn't it? This kind of generosity isn't typical for me, so don't get used to it. What do you get out of this? Or why are you doing this? I think, what do you get? I already said it, didn't I? I just want a piece of the action. You do all the hard work, and if you turn out to be a success, I get some of the prestige by association. If it fails, well, it won't be the first business venture I've seen fail. Plus, the truth is, I need someone to fill this property. If you let a space go unused for too long, it can start to look run down, and that can affect the value of the surrounding property. It's not good to have a building that never has anyone leaving or entering, but if you start expanding and taking up more space, you're going to have to pay rent for the space you move into. It's a bit early to worry about that, though. For the time being, I assume you'll be focused on getting some starting talent, training them up, doing basic promotion, and most importantly, getting yourself a fan base. I don't know everything about the entertainment industry, but the one thing I do know is that you're nothing without your fans. An idol group lives or dies based on the size of the following it gets. Of course, I'm not saying you shouldn't pay attention to your bank account, but if you're not increasing the size of your following, you're probably doing something wrong. Plus, there is me to think about. One of the reasons I want to sponsor an idol group is so that one day I can turn on a TV or pick up a newspaper and see people talking about something I helped create. So go out there and make me proud. Okay, so are we ready to formalize the agreement, or is there anything I forgot to cover? Okay, I'm gonna turn this down just because I'm worried about that music. Alright, so are we ready to formalize the agreement, or is there anything I forgot to cover? There was a woman who told me things about you. I look forward to working with you. I think discretion is pertinent, and if I had my face cam on, you would have seen me pushing up my glasses. I look forward to working with you. Ha! Likewise, but don't expect to see too much of me. Don't get me wrong. I'll try to come out to big events, but I'm a busy man. You don't think you're the only investment I'm making, right? Oh, don't worry, I'm not sponsoring any other idol groups. It's against my interest to sponsor two different companies that might compete against each other. But I'm always trying to diversify my portfolio, so I might stop by the office every once in a while. But don't expect to see too much of my face. Alright. In a momento, let me go ahead. Oop, take off the story music. Okay, and then come back in. We got some ambient sounds. Alright, first things first. Upgrade promotion and performance to level 1. This is promotion. We have one new fan, except we don't have any idols, so we don't have any fans. And we need to build my office. Yeah, that honestly felt a little loud. You know what? I know why it's a little loud. It's because I can't actually change the volume via this. I don't know why, but my computer stopped letting me change the volume, so it's fine. Hopefully nothing's too loud. I guess I'll just turn it down a little bit more. Okay. Top up. I forgot that that's how I would be named. Okay. All right, the top mop. We need. What do we need? We need to hire one idol, and then for the next level, we need to hire 3 idols and release a single. So, let's go ahead and do an audition. We can do an expansive audition, and we can be guaranteed to get a silver idol. Or we can do, I say let's start with the regional and then we'll throw out a couple local ones if we need more people to fill out our group. I think I want to start with 5 girls if I can. And then I want to try to be a little selective and I want to pick some girlies who have at least in the 40s is what I was hoping for their skills. But we'll see, we'll see. And then I might put in a break room so that they can restore some of their like stamina, but who knows. All right, let's go ahead and just speed through this. Nothing else is happening. I don't have anyone else to do any research at the moment. We got one. Yen, is that what this is? I think so. And still no fans. All right. Audition time. Do 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 do. All right. Numero 1. Kojina Tomomi. Oh, she's pretty good. But she's a hypochondriac and spends 2 times the stamina on handshake events. I don't care. But her skills are good. She'll graduate early, which is because she's 23, so most likely we'll only have a year or 2 with her. But I'm fine with that because I want to usher in like, talented idols. So we'll see. Okay. Suzumoto Rina. She only has currently 18 and 17, and I don't think I don't want to train them because I don't want to waste their stamina at the moment. And her cap for potential is 41 and 59, which is lower than what I want my idols to eventually be able to do, and she's younger, so she'll stick around for longer. So we're not gonna get her. I do think we'll be hiring her. But let's just see what else we have. Okay, a 13-year-old. Okabe Hatsuka. Okay, she's got 50 and 40 with potential for 80 and 70. She's 13, so she's gonna stick around for quite a while. Which means that she'll be around for the first couple years while we're building up, and then I think by the time that I'm ready to have them practicing and improving their skills, she'll be able to practice and improve her skills, and she'll get up to some pretty high levels. So I do think we do want her. Ozeki Momoka. Uh, amplifies stat loss due to aging, and she's already at 22, and she only has a 20 on vocal and only has an 8 on dance. So I don't think it's gonna be you, babe. All right, Fukagawa Miku. Okay, so she has like 30 vocal, she has 52 dance, she has potential to be in the 50s for both of those. Secretive won't report scandals/problems to the player. Not a big deal. I hate that her hat doesn't match her dress, but it's fine. But I do think that, she meets kind of that lower threshold that I was wanting for those abilities. So I think we can go ahead and add her, and she's older, so again, she'll graduate earlier, so by the time that we're ready to really have like a solid like training situation, she'll be probably graduated. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get you. You. This Pookie, why is she rated so much higher? Oh, she does have a higher like ability, but like you're not gonna get up there and you're gonna lose your stats pretty quickly. She she's at like an okay spot, so I'm gonna go ahead and get her because I want 5 to start out with. So we're gonna have one more audition, and hopefully we'll have some more people to grab. All right, Kojina Tomomi. She says, hello. Sorry, have you seen my disinfectant wipes? I think I left them here somewhere. All right, this is Okabe Hatsuka. Good to be here. I hear showbiz can get pretty rough and tumble, but I bet it's easier to survive if you have friends. Also, did they flip this for the English translation, or is Hatsuka her first name. Because I think I want to call her Hatsuka, but I don't know. I think given the fact that my name was flipped and stayed with last name first, I think their last names are still first. So this is Hatsuka. Okay. Fukagawa Miku. Okay, yeah. Miku is her name. My hobbies? I'm not sure if that's any concern of yours. Why do you need to know that? Oh, you're just making small talk? Well, I prefer not to talk about it if you don't mind. Wildly secretive. Okay, let's go ahead and do one more local. Just to see if we can't get a couple more girls. And here they are. Yeah. I think, hmm, trying to think. Cause like strategy wise, I've seen several strategy. Oh, we're still paused. Strategy wise, I've seen several strategies for this, which is to kind of have yourself do all of the initial production and then acquire, help to do the rest of the production of like your singles and stuff. But we can, hang on, let me go ahead and, okay, we need to release a single. But we are getting fans. Alright, let me go ahead and, who do we have here? Uemi Sayuri. Okay, 76 is a pretty high ability that she can get to, but at the moment, she's literally a 1 and her dance is at a 19. So I don't think that we can work together at this moment. But I do appreciate her matching outfit and hair. Alright. Nakano Nodoka, she's in the 20s for both of her abilities. They aren't that high. She's more prone to romantic involvement. And she's 21, which we could have like 4 or 5 years with her. But if I'm investing in someone with 4 or 5 years, I want them to have higher potential. So, not gonna do that. Okay, girly, you're uh, okay. See, everything about you is just a no. Your vocal ability is great as it is, and it has a good possibility, but your dance is currently 4, and your capacity for dance is a 12. You can train above a 12, but it's going to take longer. 10 times longer. That's insane to me. You also are complacent, so you have a decrease to performance stats after centering a single, which is a penalty to vocal and dance. That's. I don't want that. I don't want that. Because then I can never have you center. You're only 14, which means you could train up, but you have nowhere to go. So I don't think it's gonna be you. I don't think we've seen a single person that I want to hire at this point. Gosh dang. Alright. This is Nakanishi Misa. Penalties for low stamina are drastically reduced, which is great. She does have good potential in both of these, but again, I want to kind of start out with some better abilities, but we'll see. Okay, Odan Miyu. Again, we're not really getting anywhere with you. If I had to hire someone, it would be Misa. But but look at this. I don't really we you're gonna have bad and cuz you're 18, you could graduate in like 2 years. Cuz sometimes they do that. They graduate like earlier. I think that they kind of the highest end that they'll stay is like 25, I think. So we could have 7 years with you and you could, get up to this potential. But we could also only have 3 years with you and not enough time to train. And I think you're just gonna drag us down. What was up with you? Yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna hire any of them. Alright. Okay, well, we've got 3 girlies to start with. We can't do another audition for a minute. Oh, I guess we could do another local audition. Maybe we can do one more. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. I don't know, guys. I really don't know. I don't know what to do. Now it's getting into strategy. Okay, well now the story is gonna progress. Okay, hang on. Wait. Wait. I don't want to progress the story. Let me do this one. I'm panicking already. Nobody put me in charge ever, anywhere. Okay, we do need to make a single. We need to find out what genres we want. So I think what I need to do, let's run this last audition. If we can't get anyone from this audition, we'll cut our losses. I thought she had a braid and I was vibing with that, but okay, see, girly, you have some potential, but your vocals out of one right now, and I don't think I'm gonna get someone to run vocals. I like her outfit though. I think this is the first time I've seen her outfit. All right. Here's mommy. I I've said it before. Are we just not gonna like we're not gonna pull? Okay, it's you. It's you. Oh shoot. Although you do make everyone consume more stamina. And stamina is a precious resource. But you have 30 of each and you have potential to get up to 60 and you're only 15. But if you're only 15 and I'm going to be stuck with you for a while, maybe I want more than 60 potential. Okay. Ah, no. This is tragic. Shoot. She would be great just in the fact that she can actually do stuff, but why are you annoying? Alright. Not gonna get you. We're not gonna get anyone. Alright, let's take a break. Let's take a breather. Let's continue the story and see what happens. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I know it's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen, but I think I like kind of cheat because I know like some of the standards that you have to meet. So I typically like don't meet them. What is it? What am I trying to say? Like I delay the story for as long as possible so that I can improve my abilities. We have more money than I thought, but it's fine. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and keep going. Okay. Knock knock, mind if I step in for a moment? Sure, what is it? It's good to see you. Sure, what is it? Well, you've been hard at work running the agency. It's only been like 3 days. I've been hard at work shaking hands with the right people, and if you shake enough hands, you'll start to learn about opportunities. I think I found one that may be of interest to you. See, I have a friend who works as a TV producer. They're always looking to fill programming slots, things like quiz shows, that sort of thing. I managed to plant the idea in her head that it would be a great idea to have a quiz show where producers for different idol groups compete against each other, folks such as yourself. What's the catch? Always looking for the caveat, huh? The skeptical instinct will serve you well, but it's nothing too serious. They just want to make sure that the people they're featuring have a certain amount of clout. To put it in concrete terms, you need to have enough talent on board to justify calling yourself an actual idol group. 3 idols is a group, 2 idols is a company, and anything less than that, you're playing with yourself. I see Rumor has 3 members already, so you're big enough. Also, you need to release a single. You don't have to top the charts or anything like that. Just having a physical CD that people can go out and purchase lends to a bit more credibility. Plus, it would give you something to promote on the show. Anyways, that's something for you to work towards. In the meantime, I'll keep shaking hands and greasing palms, and you can look forward to the day that I get to see you on TV. Okay. We need to upgrade a gun. We need to release a single. Oh no, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm already getting in my head about everything. I do think that we need what is that? A manager? Marketing? What do they do? Hang on. One of these people. Yeah, a sales manager and a production manager. Yeah. Eek. Eek. Do you think we need one of them? Mm, I typically get a professional because they do cost a bit more money, but they have some benefits. I don't ever get the experts because like that's so much money, for just a little bit of a benefit. All right, I think we're gonna get her. Mm, yeah, I don't know. Grr. Grr, I don't know. Well, we need okay, yeah. The next step after releasing a single is to appear in something. So let me go ahead and get her office. All right. It's you and me working. All right. We can spend time getting the research points, and then I'll also buy the research points that I need for both of these. Okay. Because I don't have anyone to do that research, and then we'll just keep spamming this because I think we need, where are we? Okay. We need 1,000 fans for this one. And we need a single to sell 1,000. So what if we got to 2,000 fans and then released our first single? I didn't mean to click on either of those. Okay, we just need so many more fans. And then we're gonna make a single and we're blah, 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 blah. Okay, I do want to check though on our idols and see what. Okay, so our strongest area across all three would be pretty. Hello. Hey, just wanted to see how you were doing. How's your first week on the job been? I'm doing fine. Glad to hear it. I knew you would be a natural at this. Anyway, you might be interested to know that I recently tapped into my professional network and managed to get you a small mention on a local news broadcast. I also talked to several folks who run business in the area and got to put up promotional materials for a while. It's not exactly making it big time, but it will at least get the attention of people who are nearby. That's generous of you. Hey, I'm a stakeholder. What's good for you is good for me, right? Of course, I want to help you succeed. I can't do this sort of thing all the time, but I wanted to make sure you have a successful launch. On a more personal level, I figured that if you know I'm going to do right by you, you'll do right by me. You dig? Relationships are a two-way street. I'm hoping that in the future you'll be in a position to return the favor. Of course, I don't mean to make this seem like a bigger deal than it is. More people in the area are going to have an awareness of your group. That doesn't automatically turn them into fans, but it does mean that when you promote the group, people will be more likely to pay attention. You might gain more fans than you would ordinarily, thanks to the temporary boost. Ditto for performances. People are more likely to check out a group that they've been hearing of recently. So you might see a small boost in attendance and revenue. Anyway, this honeymoon period won't last forever. Try to make the most of it, okay? Okay. Because when we release a single, we have an appeal to a certain number of fans. And we have all of these things. So we want to kind of pick an avenue. Hmm. Um, let's see. Okay, let's look at appeal. So she kind of appeals mostly to women, it looks like, or like just more so to women than of men in the same age group. She appeals more to women. So, good to know. Um, she appeals to a lot, and she appeals more to men. And we do see overall so far between the two that casual is more than hardcore. That's what those two are. Yep, casual fans more than hardcore. All right, let's go see this last one. Again, more appeal to casual and more appeal to women. So we have two people who appeal more to the women. So we can take that approach. Um, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the digital release only. Um, and we can focus on casual female, I think might be our target group, and then age we won't work too hard on. But pop hits 10% casual, 5% casual here with also a 5% bonus. Oh, excuse me. To hardcore, but there's a bonus to hardcore there too. Um, so that's nice. Rock is ages. Um, R&B really appeals to females. Honestly, I think right now I'm gonna debate between pop and R&B. I just don't really want to do one that like negates a certain group, so I think we might stick to pop. Lyrics, pop love lyrics, same 1, 2. Again, appealing to casual, but then that's only a 20% overall appeal to casual. Um, rebelling appeals to teen and female. Partying has a 30% appeal to casual, but it has such a negative appeal to hardcore. I don't want to put out our hardcore fans. Negative to casual. 20% casual, negative to adult and hardcore. 30% adult. This has a little bit of everybody. And then this one is for hardcore young adults, which is interesting. I mean, might as well like appeal to hardcore, but like if we're gonna appeal to hardcore, like we could go all the way. Like with EDA. Well, yeah, I think pop is still besides avant-garde, but I don't want to, decrease our casual appeal that much. So we could do pop, and then let me write this down. Gonna do pop. The lyrics, honestly, probably love or maybe anxiety. Yeah, because those are the only ones that don't really disadvantage any group. So if we do love, then we have a plus 10% appeal to casual, so now we're sitting at 20. If we do hardcore, well, if we're doing pop, we got a 50%, 55%. Um, okay, it looks like none of these we're gonna get out without distracting someone. I don't want to lose all the work that we've done to build up the casual. We could do cool, 20% to female. Um, I like street, but I don't want that, penalty to hardcore. And I don't want the penalty casual, so I think we're gonna do cool. So probably pop, love, and cool choreography. Because it does, it's bad on males and it's bad on adults, but it's like, whatever. Okay. So I think that's like the approach that we're gonna take. So that's what we need to unlock. We have 40 fans. It's okay. All right. Let's go ahead and do pop, love, cool. All right. Oh, I didn't get any of them. Haven't unlocked them. Need these two to keep researching. But pop, we got there. Cool, we got there. Perfect. All right, now we'll wait to gain a little bit more for producer and manager. So we can unlock it. All right. Although, oh my gosh, we only have And we're losing, obviously, we're losing money. We're at a negative 71. I don't know if we could turn it around into the profit, you know, early, but we'll just try to, release some songs. If we have 100 fans, that's not going to give us much money. Would love to have a bit more. Come on. Okay, I think we have enough now to unlock it. So, what did I say? Love. Oh, hello. Okay, so it looks like 100,000 sales is what's topping the charts right now. And entering in on the bottom of the charts is Ephemeral Dreamers with 1,300. So, alright, and digital release. Perfect. Okay. Now then, what can we be doing in the meantime? In the meantime, we can get to meet our idols. We need to increase our number of fans. Okay, let's learn a little bit about Tomomi. Um, she has dreams of being reincarnated as a tree. How exciting. Alright. Hatsuka. Cool, cool. And if we get high enough friendships with them, they'll tell us stuff like who in the group is dating, if they're being bullied. She can solve a Rubik's Cube in less than 30 seconds. That's great. Also, like, both of those girls are 23, and then Hatsuka is 13. So, 10-year age gap. A bit wild, but it's fine. Alright, have a casual conversation. And she uses a white noise machine to sleep at night. Alright. Alright. Let's go ahead and keep getting more. I mean, if we release a single right now, though, where is that? Here it is. Then we will get 30 fans. So I guess let's go ahead and create our first single. Alright. What is our group is called Rumor, and this is gonna be a pop song about love, but we're playing it cool. So we could call it, I was gonna say I heard a rumor, or a little birdie told me. We're gonna make it I heard. Okay. I heard digital release only, pop, love, cool. Alright, we've got a 55% appeal to the hardcore fans, 20% appeal to casual and female. Not gonna necessarily be the best, but it's okay. Alright. Oh, it's so funny that our style is cool because we're not good at that. But if the most talented person arguably is you, you just don't have any, like, appeal any either way. Yeah, if we sort it by dance or by vocal, you're up there. And then it doesn't matter, you two are in the same row, essentially. They have great chemistry. We have okay dance. Oh, this is so interesting. Maybe we should go back. But we're appealing to hardcore fans at a little bit of a higher rate, and we've got a pretty even distribution between male and female. We're appealing to casual fans at about a 5% plus appeal to male. Casual fans also at a 6% plus appeal to female. So we need to increase these to appeal to casual fans more. Yeah, and then our looks are what increases hardcore fans. Funny is increased to casual. Smart is increased to casual. And team chemistry overall increases to everyone and increases our mental stamina. Alright. Lyrics for this song, gonna be at 1. Let's go ahead and get a second single going up. So I heard, and then, okay, somebody told me, pop, love, cool, go. All right, who wants to be 40, 50? Here you go. That's your center. All right, and then new single. One last one. Everybody gets to be in the beginning. Okay, so pop, love, cool. Um, people talk. Well, maybe not. Um, t maybe if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Da-na-na-na-na. Okay, and that'll be yours. Our little lovely child. Okay, cool. So we're just gonna keep making sure we're promoting, and let's work on these songs. The second we can release a single, we can increase this, but then I'm gonna need perfect. For promotions, hang on, where are we? Here we go. We need to appear in 3 magazines. So, I need to go ahead and get ready on that. Here we are. Yeah, a photo shoot. Oh, hey. Hi, ma'am. I just wanted to check in since I've been working here for 1 month. I want to make sure that I'm doing the best I can, the best work I can for Rumor, and thought maybe it'd be, and thought that maybe if we had a chat, we could take a closer look at what I'm doing right and what I can improve on. You've been doing great so far. I appreciate the compliment. I just wanted to make sure that I'm doing the best I can because I think there might be some room for improvement. Okay, girly, chill. I know what she's gonna say. That's why I'm saying chill. But I'm gonna take a quick sip of my water. I wonder if you could hear that. Also, I have this fun. Maybe I shouldn't say this. I have this fun dish, but it does have wax in it, and I want to get rid of the wax, and then use the dish as like my key holder, because it's a really cute little dish. But okay. Lately, you haven't assigned any specific task to me, so I've been using all my available time to do research. That's why I said chill, because, like, chill. I have assigned you a task. It was to work on the marketing for the first single. Of course, research is important. It's how we can discover new marketing techniques, for example. That can be an important part of releasing new singles. Singles. But I haven't had the chance to hunt down any business deals, agreements with other companies for things like photo shoots, advertisements, and things like that. I'll do whatever you tell me to do, but if you want me to keep doing research, if you want me to keep doing research, but maybe it would be worthwhile for me to start doing business deals. It could be a good way to generate some immediate cash flow for Rumor. Let me know if you'd like to start doing that. If you'd like me to start generating business deals, just find me in my office. Left click and you can tell me to either generate a single business proposal or if you'd like me to continuously work on business proposals, select auto proposal. If you think our group needs more money, it might be worthwhile to put me on auto proposal mode. That way I can just spend all my free time looking for new business proposals without you needing to keep close tabs on me. And don't worry, I'll pause whatever business proposal I'm working on if you need me to work on the marketing plan for a new single or something like that. Of course, the downside of being in auto proposal mode is that I don't have any time to do research when I'm not working on something else. So it's up to you to decide whether my free time should be spent formulating business proposals or doing research. Thanks for letting me know. My pleasure, ma'am. Anyway, if you want me to start working on business proposals, just let me know. You can always find me in my office. Not right now, but thanks, bestie. I need you to do some more. Well, we do need to appear in 3 magazines, so go ahead and auto proposal it. And we got a single waiting, but we don't have anyone who can work on it. Although we do have about 300 fans at the moment. How exciting. I also realized I made a little oopsie and I should just go all on one song at a time. Um, so we'll do that here. Why don't you work on that marketing actually really quickly and then you can keep going. Alright, we've got 400 fans. It's gonna take like 3 months for our first song to release, but that's fine. Because we're gonna be doing it all by ourselves. Yeah, I think. Oh, this one would have the best. Will have the best lyrics. This one should have the worst everything. This one can have the medium everything. Ah. Okay. Cool. She got a marketing plan developed. She's gonna look for a business proposal, which will also help us get some fans. Although I do want to level up that, so maybe we get a business proposal, then I take her off it. We'll see. Okay. Okay, we can definitely end up on the charts. The top of the charts is still 100,000, so that might be a little tricky. Business proposal failed. Great, thank you. Really appreciate that. What? Okay, there you go. Everybody. Okay, here's a quick spa treatment for everyone. And then one more. And then we need more fans. Okay. Cool. Work on this. And we can go ahead and release. We don't have anyone who has enough stamina though. I mean, you have 42 points. You're gonna get 20 new fans. Okay. Come back and don't hurt yourself. Hang on. Okay, there's promotion. I mean, we're still losing money, but it's fine. Why? There you go. There you go. I need everyone. We need to have, how much stamina do I need them all to have? I need you to have a little bit more than 30. Okay, and while I have you sitting there with a business proposal, do you research? You do. Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and let's release the first song. It's already September. Time means nothing. Okay. What do we got here? I'm gonna send Miku. No, there we go. Okay, fine. It's fine. Alright, go ahead and head on out. Alright, should we release this one now and not have good sales? But we'd be able to level up. Yeah, I guess. Okay, release. We're gonna have, yep, abysmal. But it's fine, because we're gonna get some new fans. We got about 100 new fans. Wait, is that the amount that was... Oh, I clicked off of it on accident, but that's fine. We got about 100 new fans. How are the idol girlies doing? You're at 12. Perfect. Going up a little bit. Okay. Let's get to 1,000, please. Can you recognize that these need leveled up? Okay, there we go. Alright. There you guys go. Some more spa days. Okay, leveled everything up. Oh, how did we get so good at the choreography already? That's not right. My choreography level should not be at 31 already. That's so high. But okay. when the song is only 5. Alright. I don't see, okay, because my only concern, I don't know. I want to wait a minute. Just because my only concern is that after we do this, it's gonna be kind of tricky. Well, okay, so after we continue the story, what happens is that we get a rival group, and then they start competing with us on the charts. And, like, at least in my first playthrough, they, like, were doing so good so fast, and I stood no chance. Okay, it's gonna be her. Alright, I'll accept it at this. I don't want to ruin our chances. But yay! Okay, now we just need to launch an internet show. We don't have any of those. Hang on. Okay, I need you to stop auto-proposing, and I need you to get... Okay, no, it's lyrics. That would be 31. We need... I'm just gonna release 3 singles back to back to back each month so that we don't have the fatigue, but yeah. Okay. What's... Oh, wait, I didn't need you. I needed your... Oh, okay, you don't need to... I mean, I do want you to research so that we can level that up so that maybe eventually we can get to a point where things go down. What are our fan bases? We appeal to the teens the most. Female casual adult, male casual and teen, male hardcore and teen, female hardcore and teen, female hardcore drama, female casual teen, and game show male hardcore adult. I feel like this is the best one. Female casual and teen. So we're gonna do a food show. Alright. New show. It wanted an internet show? Sorry. Yeah, launch an internet show. Okay. Internet. Food. No host. How much is this? 60. 60 divided by 3, so everybody's gonna have 20% of fame. 20%. 20 points of stamina will be used every week or however often this comes out. I mean, I could just set it to the entire group, because then it would add the group members in the more group members that we get, and then it would lower their stamina costs, but I'll just have it set to these 3 for now. Okay. It's a food show on the internet. We could just call it, like, dishes and dishing. Like, like dishes that you eat, and then dishing, like, rumors. Like gossip. Dishes and dishing. I hope that's how you spell that stuff. Okay. And ASAP, I will go ahead and get that going. As soon as done with that, we'll get to that. We almost have 1,000 fans. Gonna be there so soon. Okay. Oh, hello?
Yeah.
Hey there, good to see you're running a tight ship. I see, oh gosh, I see you've done pretty well for yourself so far. I trust you've been making the most of your post-launch promotional recognition. I was trying to. Now that you've been around for a while, you'll probably see the extra traffic you were getting from locals start to drop off. You're no longer a neighborhood novelty. I guess you could say the honeymoon phase is over. But hey, you're not just a local business. There's an entire country, heck, an entire world of fans out there for you to impress. Who knows what could come from these humble beginnings? The group that you've managed to build rumor into, that's not something I gave to you. You built that, and I'm looking forward to see what you do with it. Thanks. Okay, concept and pre-production, please. Alright, we have 2 singles waiting, but we can't release them anytime soon, and I have one that's completely done anyways, so. Ooh, but we can level that up. Thank you. We don't really need the money right now. We still have 2 million. We have 2 million and we're losing less than 100,000. So we have like 20 weeks. I don't know if I did that math right, but that's half a year. So we could last half a year, not including any additional stuff that comes our way. Alright, pre-production pop. Alright, and you work on that song. And then let's go ahead and what was I gonna look at? I don't know. Everyone here is doing pretty good. Oh, I was gonna look at what I could do. Did you research enough? No, we need 1,000 more points. Okay. Whoa. Bible Black Club. KAB 96. Do you have 96 people? Because that's insane. That would be so many people. So many idols to keep track of. I'm sure it's fine. Okay, perfect. Alright, and launch. Alright, we might be operating in the red for a minute on this, but we got 2,000 new fans from that. Wild. Well, we have 2,000 listeners. We got 24 new fans. We lose money, but we have an audience of 2,000 people. So if we let it run for a minute, we might get more fans. We also need a radio show, but I don't have enough idols for that because they're going to be dead tired if we do that. I guess at that point we'll need 2. Okay, why don't you work on that choreography? 2 or 3? 3 more idols. I would want 3 more idols if we were to launch the radio show. But we do have 2,000 fans now. And we're coming up on, when did we release it? 9/11. So after the 11th of October, we'll be able to release this next one. And when we release it, I think we will hit. We just need to launch a radio show. Alright. Okay, perfect. Okay, we can go ahead and continue. Let's continue the storyline. And you go ahead and look at the audition. Okay, here we go. Excuse me, ma'am. I just received a phone call from Fujimoto-san's office. From the sound of things, you're going to make a television appearance in 1 week. I have also received an email directly from the studio with the details of the location and the shoot. Apparently, it's some kind of quiz show where you'll be competing against the producers of other idol groups. I'm actually somewhat familiar with the local station that's recording the show. Or not super familiar, but I may have watched it a few times after work. And I took the liberty of watching a few clips that have been circulated online. Since it's a quiz show, I figured you might want a quick primer on what to expect. If you'd like, I could give you some pointers based on my somewhat limited exposure. Sure, I'd appreciate a few pointers. One of the things I noticed about the show is that they really like to do the variants of the newlywed game. Where do I fit into this? Well, the show seems to be inspired by the Newlywed Game, but it often doesn't include people who are actually in a romantic relationship. So rather than testing a husband and wife to see how well they know each other, they might ask a boss questions to see how well they know their employees, or ask a school teacher questions to see how well they know their students. If I had to guess, the host will probably be asking you questions to see how well you know the idols in the group. For example, they might ask you if you know about the idols' hobbies or other facts about them. Guess I'll have to study up before the quiz show. If you'd like to prepare for the kind of questions you might get asked, it'd be worthwhile to spend some time with the idols. You know how to do that, right? You can look at an idol in the middle. At any rate, it'd be up to you. It's up to you how much prep work you want to do. After all, the point of these kinds of quiz shows is to be entertaining for viewers. Though if I'm being honest, part of me really wants to see you win. After all, this is supposed to be a quiz show for producers of small idol groups. That means that one you face off against would naturally be a rival, right? I'd hate to see you lose to a rival. But it's all in good fun. I'm sure that no matter what the results of the quiz show, everyone will have a good time, win or lose. But what's most important is entertaining the viewers at home. Thank you. And now we need to socialize with our idols. So we will go ahead and do that as soon as I'm done with that. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and release this one because it's not as good. Oh, oh, yay! And we got 200,000, so that's enough to make up for the loss that we're currently having. And we got, oh, 500 new fans. And an obscurity bonus because the stuff that we're releasing is not currently popular, is what that means. Okay, we have one more single waiting to release. And then, what else do I need from you? We need an advertising job that pays a lot. All right. And then we need to appear in 24 magazines, so there's a lot going on there. All right. Hang on, wait, where? Cool. Okay. We should probably stagger some performances in there. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Alright. And audition. Okay, who do we have? We have Kato May, who great starting ability, potential for improvement. I would have preferred if she had higher than 55, but she's 13, so we would have a lot of time to get that level up. So I do kind of want to immediately hire her. Oh my god! We gotta hire her! We got a gold idol! Look at this! She's gonna graduate soon, but it's fine because she has good starting skills. And plus, if we get a good enough relationship with her, we can ask her to bring in a successor. And sometimes that's like their little sister, and usually they're better than who they were. So definitely gonna get Tomomi. Oh no, that we would have another Tomomi, wouldn't we? Okay, and then there's this girly who's not bad, but considering I've got these two girls and you don't meet my standards that I had set. Okay. Oi, Reina. Oh, okay, you have a lot of room for um you have a lot of room for improvement, but you have anxiety. Um and you're currently at 15. So, I mean, just starting out, I don't think it's gonna work. Oh my gosh, and you don't do very well. So I think we're just gonna go ahead and get May and Tomomi too. All right. Perfect. Oh, I forgot to read what she said. Glad to be on board. I might not always be the first to the party, but there's a good chance I'll be the last one standing at the end of the night. Way to go. I don't think I read their, I don't think I read their personalities. Hang on a second. Who are you? Meme Queen increase success chance of viral marketing campaigns, a minor boost to all online content. Slay, and then who are you? Watch, it's awful. Penalties for low stamina are drastically reduced. No, it's perfect. Okay. Great. Alright. You two, awesome. I need to get to know both of you real quick. We have one more single to release before I can include the two of those people in there, but we can go ahead and do, and now we're making a profit on this show. Go ahead and do a radio show, also about food with these two girlies. And, this one can be called, it's a radio food show? What would that be about? Maybe just you have to try you have to try this place. You have to try this place. You have to try. You have to try this great place. Cool. Funny. I think I'm funny. If you don't, I don't care. Alright, and then we can have a new single. Oh, nope. There we go. Need to change the title. I always forget about that. Okay. It's a pop love song with cool dancing. Um, um, I think we made the first three kind of like a rumor theme. I think we can kind of leave that theme now. But it's a pop love song and we're acting cool about it. Um, I think I'm just gonna say check yes or no. Like, you know, when you pass a note and it's like, do you like me? Check yes or no. So check yes or no. And then we're gonna go ahead and do. She has a lot of appeal to cool. Um, all right, chill. They're sad because they're not on the top anymore. We have a penalty to some of that, but I think it'll be fine. All right, there we go. And in the future, we already have 4,000 fans. That's awesome. Doing great, doing great. Well, let's go talk. Casual conversation. May tells us that she has a pet spider. All right, and one more conversation with Tomomi. We do have two Tomomis. This is Kojina Tomomi. And this is Miyame Tomomi. So we could call her. We can give her a nickname. Nickname Mimi. Because she's Miyame Tomomi. Mimi. She could be Tomi. Whatever. Okay. Casual conversation. What's going on with me? Not much. Mimi has a large collection of American comic books. Very interesting. All right. Are you doing auto proposals? No, you're doing pre-production. All right, we're doing great. We're doing great. They did say next week, so I'll go ahead and just keep going. Oh, it's already happening. All right, at the entrance to the studio. Oh my gosh. Hello there, you must be Miss Top. I'm charmed, I'm sure. Thank you for coming by. I think we're going to have a lot of fun today. Let me explain how things will work here. You're one of 4 different Idol Group producers we've invited to the studio. We're going to have separate recordings with each of you, where we hit you with a series of questions about your Idol Group. We'll tally your scores, and the 2 producers with the highest quiz scores will then face off head to head. If you're not one of the top 2, you get to go home early. Of course, I'm sure you'll want to try to do your best to win the prize. What surprise? Oh, there you go, pretending like you've forgotten. You just wanted to give me a chance to brag about it, right? Well, of course, we're looking to fill a prime time programming slot with a live broadcast musical performance. If you manage to win and beat out the other producers here, your group will get some much needed airtime. Haha, of course, that's why you're here, right? Hoping to win the grand prize? Anyway, your segment is the last one that we're going to tape, so I'll get you to the green room. This green room isn't the most spacious. Normally, we would let you mingle backstage with the other contestants, but since this is a quiz show, we want to keep everybody isolated. So your room might be a little cramped. I'm sure you understand, right? Looking forward to talking to you on camera. All right. Oh, in the hallway outside of the waiting room. Hello, Miss Top. It's good to see you here. Um, who are you? You haven't forgotten the first time we met, have you? If I recall correctly, I was the first one to offer you a proper welcome when you arrived at the rumor office before you met Fujimoto. I'm a bit miffed that you don't recognize me. God, I like how you can hear when my brain just like stops working. But I'm a bit miffed that you don't recognize me. Didn't you do any opposition research? Anyway, I just finished recording my segment. I got every question right, of course. But they select the top 2 competitors to compete head to head in the final round. So if you do well enough, maybe you could come in second place behind me. Well, best of luck. Oh no, is it already starting? Because I needed to go back and review what my idols' facts were. I don't remember at all. Okay, it's fine. Hey there, mind if I squeeze in? Man, this waiting room is cramped. I think they squeezed you into a closet. I guess this is what you get when you record for a local TV station. Still, it's good exposure for a group as small as yours. Anyway, are you ready to knock 'em dead? I'm ready to win. That's the spirit. It would be a great opportunity for Rumor if you can manage to cinch that grand prize. TV airtime for a live performance is the kind of thing that could draw some serious attention. Of course, it's just a local affiliate. It's a bit shy of a nationwide broadcast, but everyone has to start somewhere. A local victory could be the first step on a long road of successes. Though I have to admit, it's pretty a genius move to. Okay. Though I have to admit, it's a pretty genius move on the TV station's part. Instead of having to pay big bucks for a musical guest to show up, they contact smaller groups and offer them the chance to win airtime. It makes it seem like they're the one doing you a favor, which in a way they are, but I think that they get the better end of that deal. Of course, if anyone is going to get that airtime, I hope it's Rumor. Hey, do your best to win, alright? I may have made a bet with a friend that you'd be the one to win, and more importantly, my ego is on the line here. Oh, hey, did you see that light go on? That means they're ready for you. Go and knock 'em dead. Ah, I forgot to review my idols. Ooh, oh no. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm pleased to be sitting here with Miss Top, who is one of the brilliant creative minds behind Venus Idol Prison Officer. The group is actually called Rumor. Oh my lack of preparation has been exposed. Sorry, folks, it's been a long day here in the studio. Let's try that again. I'm pleased to be sitting here with Miss Top from Rumor. Miss Top, if you had to pick one thing, what would you say is the best quality about the idols of Rumor? They're visually appealing, they work really hard, or they're talented performers. I purposely picked talented performers, so. My, all of these performers are so talented. What are they doing working for a small time group like if all of these talented are okay. If all of these performers are so talented, what are they doing working for a small time group like Rumor? Or did you mean that they're talented in comparison to you? I'm joking, of course, Miss Top. We're so grateful you took time to sit down with us today. Being that you've spent so much time working with Rumor over the past few weeks, I'm sure you'd be the foremost expert on them, right? So, without further ado, let's move on to the first round of the quiz. First question is multiple choice. Which of these girls is not an idol who works for Rumor? May works for us. You work for us. You work for me. You don't. Of course, it is Shimizu Koko that doesn't work for Rumor. That's because Kimizi Koko is my daughter. I'd have quite a bone to pick if she started pursuing a life in showbiz. Well, she might be my why? Okay. Why? She might become my competition, and more competition is the last thing that I need. Besides, she's my own daughter, and I'd much rather see her pursue a useful career than waste her life trying to become an idol. That's one question down. Next question. Rumor's most recent single is If You Know, You Know. What are the lyrics of this song about? Love. Yes, indeed, that is correct. Of course, I'm sure it was an easy question for you to answer, considering that you're the one who wrote the song. Hey, we have to throw in a few easy questions along the way, right? Lastly, it's time to test how well you know the idols themselves. I'm sure you want the world to get to know the girls of Rumor, so it's time for you to show us how well you've already gotten to know about them. Another multiple choice question. This question is about Okabe Hatsuka. Of these three statements, which is true about her? I think it's this one. Because I don't remember reading that, and I don't remember reading that, but I think I remember seeing this. Oh my gosh, perfect! Well played, Miss Top. It is indeed true that she can solve a Rubik's Cube in less than 30 seconds. What an eclectic group of idols Rumor must be. I'm sure that the members of our audience are all charmed to learn such an interesting fact about one of its members. I suppose the real question would be how you came to know this fact about Okabe Hatsuka. Is this the kind of thing that you ask questions about during the interview process? That seems a bit personal for my tastes. That brings this quiz round to an end, and Miss Top, since you're the last one we're quizzing, we're prepared to announce right now who will be advancing to the final quiz round. Miss Top, you will be advancing to the final quiz round. Congratulations! Thanks. Oh my gosh. Okay. Give me 2 seconds to drink some water, and then we'll continue with the final quiz round. Excuse me. Oh, we're appealing to the teens and the young adults more. Mostly the teens, but we've started to get some young adult appeal. The media is in progress. Why don't you work on that lyric? Alright. And are we ready to release this? When did we release the last one? 13th of... Oh, it's the 21st of October, so we're not ready yet. Okay. Let's go ahead and get just a few more fans. Maybe, maybe not. Okay. I know, it's technically supposed to be the same day, but you don't have to. Oh shoot, I shouldn't have made her do the lyrics. Alright, can you work on some business proposals, please? Although, where am I? Let's unlock that, because that's what we need. Alright. And let's go ahead and continue the story. Here we go. Back in the waiting room. Hey, good job out there. Are you ready for the next round? Yeah, I'm ready to win. Hey, I like the attitude, but there's been a slight change of plans. How to best explain this? You know the prize for winning this quiz show is getting airtime for a live performance. It's a decent opportunity, but there are better opportunities, and I think I managed to find a better spot. You see, National Broadcasting Corporation runs a similar live performance event. They're looking to promote some up-and-coming talent, and an idol group like Rumor would fit the bill. And well, I pulled in some favors and managed to get you airtime there. The agreement isn't finalized, but it's basically a sure deal at this point. There's just one problem. The National Broadcasting Corporation gig would be the same night that this local station would be airing. They're actually trying to counter program the bigger show by putting on a similar show. It would be better to have a larger platform, so you don't actually need to win the quiz show. I think I'll try to win anyways. Yeah, I thought you might say that. This is where things get a little sticky. See, when we signed you up to be on this quiz show, part of the paperwork that went along with it was a contract promising that Rumor would be available for that specific broadcast slot in the event that you win. So if you win this quiz show, you'll be obligated to show up for the smaller network and will have to miss out on the bigger gig. Long story short, if you win the quiz show, you'll be missing out on a better opportunity. You see where I'm going with this, right? My professional advice would be to try and lose on purpose. I wish there was a way that we could do both gigs, or a way for you to win while still doing the bigger show. But the only way to have us get out of this contract is for you to lose the quiz show and not be bound by obligation to have Rumor perform in the smaller show. Anyway, that should be pretty easy. I'll go and talk to the other contender myself and explain the situation, but then we might get accused. I'd go and talk, but then we might get accused of collusion. So just let them win. I'm sure they'd be grateful for the opportunity. I know you're coming off a winning streak, but this should be pretty straightforward. Oh, right, logistics. Since this is a head-to-head competition, both you and the other contestant will be asked a question. Whoever buzzes in first will get a chance to answer. If you give a correct answer, you get 1 point. A wrong answer will gives your opponent a point. So if you want to lose without having to embarrass yourself with an incorrect answer, just refrain from buzzing in. Let the other person buzz in first, and you'll lose without even having to give a wrong answer. Of course, if you really want to seal the deal, you could buzz in and give a wrong answer. It's up to you how to handle the situation. Just make sure that you don't win by accident. Okay. All right. Oh, our rival. She's prettier than me. Maybe it's because I don't have a face, but back at the studio, the host is waiting for you, accompanied by another familiar face. Hello and welcome back to the show. We've narrowed the field down to two contestants. Why don't we have the true introduce each other? What? Hey everyone, I'm pleased to be here competing against Miss Top, who's representing and promoting the idol group Rumor. A technician standing next to the camera is holding up a cue card with the name and an idol group of the other competitor. Okay. I'll go ahead and let her be Coconut Yasuda Coconut, but I don't Glace Breeze. I don't know what that means. Um but it immediately made me think, excuse me, of like lace. So I was thinking like I could name them like lace gloves. That'd be funny. Um what else could we do? Should I get my my J-pop group name generator back out? Okay, wait. Our name is Rumor, so their name could be like Honesty. I hate that. I don't like that. I don't know if I like that. Who could they be? Oh, what's that one? I know he's like very scandalous. But his name was like Johnny, and didn't he have like a group called like Little Johnny or Johnny's Boys? So this could be like Cocona's Girls. Um, or we could just stick with Glace Breeze, but maybe we can. All right, let's go back to the name generator and let's see what's going on. Okay. Um, Devil Infinity, Night Stream, Chaos Guys Fluke, Adore, Rumor Dream, Spellbound, Attack, Steam Generation. I kind of like Spellbound. Spellbound. There we go. All right. Yasuda Kokona nods at you and flashes a winning smile at the camera. Thanks for the introduction. I'm so glad to have this opportunity to present Spellbound to the world, and I'm looking forward to seeing Spellbound perform on television to an even bigger audience. Ho ho, the way you're talking, it sounds like you're assuming you've already won. Let's just say I'm very confident in the outcome of this competition. Well, let's see just how well placed that confidence is. All right, first question. The topic of the first question is tourism. At which of these three tourist whoa? At which of these At which of these three tourist destinations are you most likely to encounter snow? Mount Fuji, uh, Chirihama Beach, or the Yaeyama Tropics? Um, let's just not buzz in because I feel like that's really obvious. Oh, dot dot dot. After several moments of waiting, neither player has buzzed in. Right before time is about to expire, Yasuda Kokona buzzes in. All right, Miss Yasuda, finally decided to answer. So where are you most likely to encounter snow? Oh my. I buzzed in without really thinking about my answer. My major brain malfunction on my part. Haha, I know that feeling, Miss Yasuda. I'm pretty sure people can relate to that kind of situation, but I'm going to need an answer from you. I actually know this one. The snowiest part of Japan is actually, um, Aomori City in the Hakoda Mountains. That's my final answer. Oh, what a pivot from brain fart to dropping some unexpected knowledge on us. It seems that Mrs. Yasuda knows both how to be charmingly relatable and also unexpectedly insightful. Unfortunately, this was a multiple choice question, and Amori City was not one of the possible answers. Of the choices presented, Mount Fuji is the place most likely to have snow, and that is the answer we were looking for. The point goes to Miss Top. Oh, well, you know what? I'm just happy to be here, Mr. Shimizu. What a great attitude. Unfortunately, great attitudes don't translate to points scored. If you want to win, you'll need to start giving some correct answers. All right, time for the next question. The question that might what that question might have been a bit challenging for you since it's about ecology. You both seem to be the type of people who spend most of their time in the city, so maybe this question will be more your pace because we're talking about the entertainment industry. Pony Island Records is a well-respected name in what industry? I feel like we gotta buzz in and we gotta give the wrong answer. Miss Top, first on the buzzer, what kind of entertainment is Pony Island Records known for? Music, books, a children's card game. Um, obviously it's for music, but we'll go ahead and say books. Wrong. Pony Island Records is a record label. That means they work in the music. This points round goes to Yasuda Coconut. Yasuda Coconut shoots you an annoyed glare. Wait a second. Is she trying to lose too? Oh, what's wrong, Mrs. Yasuda? Miss Yasuda, you won this round, and yet you don't seem very happy with the result. Could something be wrong? Why would you be unhappy with victory? Let's just say I've got my eyes on a bigger prize. Ah, of course. You may have won one round, but what's more important to you is winning the grand prize. I'm sure, well, you're right. This competition's outcome is far from certain. Finally, we have one last question for you. What city is Tokyo Tower located in? I could buzz in and get it wrong, or I could not buzz in, but she's gonna get it wrong. But that's awful because it's Tokyo Tower. Rival quickly buzzes in. I think the answer to this should be obvious. It's called Tokyo Tower after all. That means it must be some kind of trick question, right? So I'm going to take a wild I know this might seem like a wild guess, but I'm going to say Nagoya. I see. I like your thinking, Mrs. Yasuda. Miss Yasuda. Your brilliant reasoning has led you to an answer that is absolutely wrong. Tokyo Tower is located in Tokyo. This point goes to Miss Top. Try not to overthink things so much. This brings the session to a close. I must admit, I was expecting a bit better performance from you, Miss Yasuda. What a letdown. After such an impressive performance in the preliminary round, I know our audience certainly expected better from you. And yet, despite losing so resoundingly, you don't seem to be disturbed in the slightest. What is it that allows you to keep your cool after that humiliating defeat? I guess I'm just naturally good under pressure. Oh ho ho, and yet you seem to have buckled under pressure. Don't you think you should be just a little more upset about the situation? Not to rub salt in your wounds, but the idols of Spellbound have missed out on a big opportunity because of your loss today. I don't think the idols will mind too much. I've got lots of bigger and better things planned for Spellbound, and I'm looking forward to sharing the news with our fans at a later date. This idol producer seems to be a bit big for her britches, losing a competition and yet still claiming an upward trajectory. Maybe if she had been more focused on the present instead of the future, she might have performed a bit better. Although Yasuda Kokona seems initially undisturbed by the loss, the host's words seem to be getting under her skin. Earlier, you tried to pass off your loss as bad luck. Maybe the idols of Spellbound would like to see you take proper responsibility for your loss today. You're right. I guess my wits were no match for Miss Top. Wow, Miss Yasuda has finally worked up the courage to admit her inferiority. While it's good to take responsibility, I wouldn't recommend taking it too far. After all, you admit yourself to be too flawed. It could limit your it could limit your future opportunities. To change pace a bit, let's talk to Miss Top, today's winner. Miss Top, congratulations. Thanks to your hard work today, Rumor will now have the opportunity to perform on a live broadcast with our station. At least that's what I would be saying if it weren't for the fact that today's show has all been a ruse. Miss Top, Miss Yasuda, smile. You're on Chumps and Chuckles, and you've been pranked. The host makes a big show of turning to the camera with arms spread comedically like a wide gesture. Today's winner wins no prize, but you weren't trying to win, right? Unfortunately, the loser prize you reformed about before the show does not exist either. Sorry, folks. Today, both of you get nothing. Wait, what? Ah, we got played. Alright, backstage after the taping. Sorry for misleading you about the setup for the show, but like I said, it's all about entertaining the audience, right? You have to admit, it was pretty fun to see you and Miss Yasuda stumble over each other and try to get the questions wrong on purpose, right? Like I said before, a group of your size needs all the attention it can get. This was the best way I could think of to get you publicity, and a lot of people ended up tuning in, so I think this is good for Rumor in the long run. Sorry I had to mislead you in order for it to work. It's okay. Thanks for being such a good sport about it. I appreciate someone who's willing to run with the punches. And hey, you don't always have to take yourself seriously to win in entertainment. Fujimoto-san, what are you doing here? Ah, Miss Yasuda, fancy meeting you here. Did you set this up? Did you do this to embarrass me? No, not at all. I didn't even know that you would be here. So you being here is all because of Top Mop, right? The fact that I happen to be involved is purely a coincidence? Yes, that's right. Haha, funny coincidence. Well, whether this was intentional or not, do your best to stay out of my way. Of course, Miss Yasuda. Yasuda Kokona storms off in a huff. How do you two know each other? Why is she mad at you? Did you really set this up to embarrass both of us? I would say, how do you two know each other? You want to know how how Miss Yasuda and I met? That's a long story, and I'm not sure if it's my story to tell. Let's just say that she and I have previously encountered one another in a professional context. Anyway, you handled yourself well out there. Good job. Thank you. And now we have an impossible mission. Rank in the top 5 of the singles chart. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay, we need hella promotions. We need media exposure. We don't have a lot of money. We need these business proposals to pan out. That's what we need. Okay. So hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Let's work on that, let's work on that, and then we can release it. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Do. Perfect. Okay. Slow down for a second, because I don't want to waste all my time. Cannot release that single yet. Okay, do this for me. Thank you. Okay, more fans, please. We have to do it 10 times to increase. So we need to, what do I need to do? Launch that radio show, and then we'll have 350 fans every time. And then we need to get an advertising job with a maximum of 90,000 a week. Although, okay, let's turn off auto proposals. Let's keep researching so that we can improve the quality of the advertising jobs that we get so that we can get up closer to that amount of points. Okay, go ahead and launch that. You have to try this great place. Alright, we have about 2,000 audience. We're making a little bit of money, but not enough to really offset the costs. And we have no new fans. You know, that's probably my fault. Okay, if you know, you know, sold 1,000. Spellbound already has 14,000 sales. Guys, I think I messed up. Okay, we need to top them. We have to do better than them. We need these advertising jobs to pay off. So, I need you to do some research. Can't even release one of these songs yet. Here you go. Work on that. Wait, no, wait. Don't do the marketing. I wanted you to do the song and the choreo. Okay, fine. You do the marketing. We need some more points. Gonna have to release this song. It'll all be fine. It'll all be okay. Alright. Let's see. Okay, they're fighting. Because they have the same name, probably. I was gonna let her be Tomomi. Okay, so what I was thinking was I could make her Tomoko, and she could be Tomomi, but then she gets to keep her name. But she was Tomomi first, so she can keep Tomomi. That was kind of my whole thing. You have to try this great place. There's already 2 episodes, and we are not making a lot of money. Okay, what's happening? Okay, there you go. Now you can work on that. And I need you to research. I think I need 1,700 to level this up. So, hang on. Advertisements will get us not even halfway there. That's okay. Okay, look, we have 10,000 fans. So we can do this. We are quickly running out of money. But it'll be fine. Let's go ahead and release this song. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Not a great number. Need more fans. I don't think any of them liked it, though. Alright. Well, we got almost 2,000 more fans. So that's great. This will be our next single, and it will include everyone. So that'll be fun. And then I think we actually have enough. Nope, we need to have 5 singles. Okay, and I need your research to keep working. Okay, now we have the number of fans that equals their sales, but that doesn't mean that everyone buys it. We are still really popular with the teens. So I guess we got to keep approaching it from that angle for now. I think I'll put a stylist in here eventually instead of another office. I just want to like kind of have it organized, but whatever. It's fine. I guess once we have a lot of money, I can rework where the rooms are. Okay. Says we'll be fine. We didn't sell that much. But we got 2,000 more fans. Okay. Oh, everyone's low on stamina. Alright, give me a second. You guys will get spa treatments. We're up at 2 million, so we're doing good. I do want maybe one more person. Alright, we're starting to profit. At the moment, these are canceling each other out. Okay, perfect. Let me go ahead and get those advertisements leveled up. Alright, and then go ahead and do business proposal real quick. And then I need all the girls. Miku and Mei are fighting. It's fine. Well, they might just be talking. Oh. Okay. Shit. Shit. Look at that. And look at this. 3,000 sales. They already have 35,000. So we need way more fans. And we could take that approach by trying to improve this. Let's see. Okay. We're gonna put her in there. Nice. Oh my god, wait. Oh my god, wait. Oh my god, wait. Guys, shut up. Don't even talk to me. We just did it. There we go. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Okay. Now we need to be in so many oh god. The new merchandise line of rumor-themed keychain charms, enamel pins, and clothing that are planned to be sold at the upcoming concert have been receiving complaints on social media. Fans are not happy with the designs, describing them as plain and boring. What do you do? Do nothing, apologize for the lackluster design and quality, have the merch redesigned. It only takes 100,000. I'll redesign it. And we got more fans. Changing the merch production this late ends up costing extra, but with the fans seem pleased with the redesign. I love the new merch rumor put out. Thank goodness they changed it. TT, I know I'm in the minority, but I kind of liked the old art better. Okay. Perfect, 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 perfect. So now we have promotions. We're getting about 1,000 fans each time we promote. A little bit less than. I'm gonna need you, Pookie, to be on auto proposals. And I need it to be photo shoot because we need to appear in more magazines. And actually, I think, okay, I'm going to take you off of auto proposal because I want to improve the photo shoots so that we get more payment, more fans, more fame. So we'll do that. How are we? We need a new single. Boom, 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 boom. Just sticking to our core audience. Remember your baby. Okay. The last song that we did, what was it? I don't know, but um, it's a love pop song. Not the last. There we go. Alright. Who hasn't centered? You haven't centered. There you go. Alright, and then let's go ahead and do, if we do it by cool. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Sorry. Okay. There we go. She's upset because she's in that row. So is she. She's upset because she's in that row, but it's fine. Alright. Business proposal. 6 points per week. That's not that bad. You have a 15 point per week. You have a 20 point per week, so I'm gonna go with you. Let's negotiate. You're losing money. Alright, that's fine. There you go. Alright. And let's start working on this song. Okay. So, I'm gonna write down what I was doing so that I remember. We need to we're having the manager research so that we can get more photo shoot benefits because we need more fans. Then, consistent single release. All right. The only thing is that those TV shows, like we can try to do one, but they take up so much stamina. But then we'll get 1,000 fans every time, which would be very beneficial at this moment. But it'll be okay. Alright, work on that marketing for me real quick. Okay, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll be fine. Wait, actually, you improve the quality of our lyrics. Perfect. How are the shows doing? Oh, we're really turning out a profit with both the blah, duh. Oh my god! Oh my god, we're in the green! We're in the green! I've never been in the green this early. Oh, Mimi. Mimi doesn't have any friends. It's her 24th birthday and she plans to graduate in 2 years. Wait, 2026? In 5 years! We get so much time with Mimi. Or Tomomi too. But I feel like calling her Tomomi too is not fun. I would prefer not to be called. Actually, that's funny. When I was in high school, my senior year, there was a freshman who had the same name as me. My name is Maeve. And at least in a small town, that's not a common name. And she was called Maeve too. So sorry about you, but I think it's okay. She didn't seem to hate it. And honestly, I feel like if I was a freshman and someone had the same name as me and they called me Maeve too, I think I would think it was fun. But I don't know. I guess like when you're a celebrity, I think it'd be different, you know? Oh God. Oh God. Spellbound. No. 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 They topped the charts. They topped the charts. They topped the charts. But we could get into the top five if we only had like around 10,000. But they topped the fucking charts. I'm pissed. Okay, hurry up. Hurry up. We gotta finish the song. Gotta finish the song. Gotta release this song. We gotta top the charts. We've got to top the chart. Well, we don't have to top the charts. We just have to release one within top five of the charts. This is tragic. How many sales did they get? 60,000. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Hopefully they'll put a cap. This is we're running a race and we're losing. We're losing the race. This is a race and we're losing. We're not losing by a lot. Well, we're losing by a lot. Because I think at this point we can only get like 20,000 sales. Although we could try to do there's ad campaigns which can improve your sales. Release. Here we go. All right. Well, we made 3 million. So that's awesome. We had 20,000 in sales. And we got 4,000 new fans. Fantastic. Everybody's low on stamina. Just one person. Um, oops. What? Oops, on Rumor's latest music show, Mimi verbally stumbled and pronounced rival idol Suchi's name as Sushi. As expected of observant netizens, social media and streaming sites exploded with enthusiasm. Many have taken to creating images depicting Suchi as a Maki role, with Suchi trending nationwide. Suchi's fans are outraged at the unintentional mistake, some speculating that Mimi fumbled the name intentionally, and many attacking Mimi for her disrespect towards Suchi. How should we do something about it? I don't think so. Oh my god, where are your brain cells? Not buying your new album? Die. It does sound like your level of intelligence disgraceful. You're a joke. Have Mimi offer an apology. I mean, she could, but that would be like admitting fault, which could cause her to lose her contract. Support Mimi and her fans. I could offer support for Mimi, or we could just wait for it to stop trending. I think we should just wait. Oh my god, thank you. Okay. The internet has a short attention span. Unfortunately, that seems to be the case here. The hashtag dies out as soon as the sushi memes are out of the spotlight, and threats and anger are no longer directed at, and the threats and anger at Mimi seem to cease as well. By the end of the day, the only people still posting anything sushi related are marketers trying to ride the coattails of the trending topic to advertise various local sushi restaurants. Yeah, see, it's okay. We're all okay. Nobody needed to freak. And let's improve that photo shoot. We get a lot of payment, but we don't get a lot of new fans. It's fine. Auto proposals, photo shoot. Let's get a couple photo shoots. Who's low on stamina? And how low? You're low? Mimi girly, I don't think I can put you on rest at the moment. It's fine. Okay, we have 50,000 fans, and we only need double that number. And ASAP. I think we could do a concert. But I don't know if concert gets us new fans so much as it just gets us money. We don't need money. We're doing okay. We're doing okay with money. I just need more fans. You have the best stamina. Alright, there you go. We got 20. 20 fans from that. We need to release the single that was in the top 5 of the chart. Let's go ahead and make a new single so we can release a single next month. Alright. We'll go ahead and do it by fame this time. Cool. Alright. Got some pretty good chemistry here. Lyrics go. This is so scary. We gotta... I don't know if we can do it. Ugh, this is me. This is my fault. This is why we shouldn't have continued the story so fast. I also didn't want to grow the group too big too fast. So I think we're sitting pretty at the moment. I do need to socialize with all the girls so that I can figure out, you know, when people are bullying and I can influence them to stop bullying each other. That kind of stuff is important. So let's go ahead and just meet with some of the girlies. Okay, the business proposal failed, so go ahead and work on that marketing real quick. Okay, let's talk to you. Let's just have a casual conversation. She has an older brother who dropped out of college after becoming addicted to an MMORPG. A massive multiplayer online RPG, right? Okay, wait, you can meet with a few more idols. Who's low on physical stamina? Stop it. I'm simply working you guys to your bones. Like, why is that? What don't you understand? What am I doing? Oh, here we go. I was gonna meet with all the girls. That's what I was doing. Okay, marketing plan developed. Casual conversation real quick. She did something. Her sibling, I think, worked for something. Yeah, let's go ahead and work on that song, and then we can meet more people. We just need to make sure that we're ready, you know, to release another song at the beginning of the month next month. Because we released one in January. We didn't release one in November. What? September, October, November. We didn't release one in December. Okay, Miku's 24th birthday. Ooh, and she's also planning to graduate in 2026. Nice. Getting those girls for a while. Alright. Um, she's 13. She's 13. She's 23. So I'm gonna go ahead and let her do this. There we go. Alright, who's low on stamina? Oh. No, no! We were so close. We're spellbound. Did they not release one? Fuck, they did. They're in the 70,000. Sorry. I need we need more fans. How do I get more fans? Gotta release more music. Oh, Mimi, did you break up with someone? I don't know about any of that. Oh, because I'm not close to them to hear the rumors. That's why. Alright. Don't know what to do. Okay, actually, we know what to do. We need to launch a TV show. Not right now. And we need to appear in 24 magazines. So we'll just keep working to try to appear in magazines. And we'll be all good. Okay, new single. Let's go ahead and what's everybody at? 70, 80, 80, 80, 20? Mimi. Okay, let's release it. What? What is this? I didn't change the name. Alright, well we sold 50,000. And we got 6,000 new fans. That might be enough. 47 points. You've got it. Boom. There we go. Where are we? Hang on. Oh, I was in the middle of talking with you guys, so you go here. We're gonna need to make a new song. Casual conversation. Oh, people aren't happy with their salaries. Yeah, I'm not paying you much. Eek. Okay. Okay, I can't do much more than that at the moment. I mean, you guys are making. I have $12,000. I can do more than that. I've 12 million. I didn't realize how much I actually had. Okay. There we go. Let's accept that. All right. I could do at least 1 million total per week. No, you can't. All right. Everybody's at about 54% satisfaction. That's where you're gonna stay for now. Oh, Mimi. Are you okay? Are you being bullied? Mental stamina is kind of low. Yeah, I don't think that she's not in the OG clique. When girls get at it, they don't have as many friends. Okay, what we need to do though is we need another single. All right, what's this one gonna be? It's another pop love, a cool pop love. Um, see you soon. All right. I think you're the most talented. Objectively, based on the numbers that I'm seeing. There we go. All right, 50 for our lyrics. Oh, Mimi. Oh God. 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 Mimi mentioned during a live stream that she occasionally eats raw green onions as a snack. Now, all of her social media's posts are filled with comments from people saying stinky breath and pictures of onions. What's the best way to respond to this? Ignore the trolls, have Mimi block anyone who responds with onion pictures, have Mimi stay off social media for a few days. Let's just ignore the trolls. Okay. Maybe if these people don't get a reaction, they'll get tired and stop. It did hurt her mental stamina. All right. They say an apple a day will keep the doctor away. It turns out if you're Mimi, an onion a day will keep everyone away. All right, screw you. Screw you because she's successful. Okay, they're looking for another sexy person. 13, teen, adult. So we're gonna do that. All right, 30 points of stamina. Does this feel like a fair trade? Doesn't matter. We gotta hit those numbers. Okay. Okay. What we need is um we need a dance room, and I'm gonna hire some staffers, and I will hire professionals. Coaching. Yeah, because all of our girls are up at that level at least. We're trying to be at that level. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Hello, ma'am. You can call me by my name. Oh, all right then. Are you sure that's all right? I'm not really in the habit of addressing superiors by their given name, so I might slip back into habit. I hope that's not a problem. Anyway, I wanted to ask about a few things. Specifically, we need to set number of guidelines for how the girls behave and how events are run. It can be chaotic if things aren't consistent, so I think it's best to have a set policy in place so that everyone is working with the same rule book, so to speak. I have some ideas for some policies we could enact. That's great, ma'am. I have a list of things I was meaning to ask you about. Of course, nothing is set in stone. You can always change your mind if you don't like the current set of policies. In fact, it's pretty common for new groups to be flexible when they first start off and adapt their policies depending on what seems to work best. The longer you stick with a given policy, the more people come to expect certain things from you. When an organization gains more of a reputation and people get more used to running things a certain way, changing policies can take a while, and you might have to wait longer for the benefits to show up. But since we're a young organization, we have times to change things around. So if you're a bit unsure and no need to stress over a particular policy decision, you can always adjust it later. So there's probably a bit more explanation than you need. You're the boss. You don't need me to explain to you how your organization works. In fact, you're supposed to be the one who tells everyone else how things work. So with that in mind, what kind of business proposals do you think will be the most promising? Um, for now, let's focus on photo shoots. Photo shoots are one-time gigs, so they're good for a quick infusion of cash without having to worry about long-time contracts. If you're looking to maximize short-term revenue, it's hard to do better than a photo shoot. Do you want me to focus on photo shoots? Yes. All right, ma'am, sounds good. Of course, it never hurts to change things up depending on what direction the company is going in. So you can always adjust our group's policies on which type of business proposals to focus on. Of course, I might be focused on trying to get a certain kind of business proposal. Sometimes other opportunities will fall into your lap, and I'll let you know about those when they come up, even if they're not the kind of business deals we're focusing on at the moment. So if this sounded like I was just second guessing you there, but business proposals are kind of my area of expertise. So I just wanted to make sure you were aware of all the options before you made your decision. My next few questions should be a bit simpler and more straightforward. Recently, I've been thinking about the branding of Rumor. What kind of vibe do you want people to associate with our group? Okay. I think overall, we've been attacking a cool vibe, but we have pretty girls. Although we could start with neutral. Do we want to be cool? Do we want to be pretty? Both of those appealed to females, to female fans. I think, okay, wait, mm, I don't know. Let's do neutral for now. No particular focus, huh? A well-rounded image does have its advantage. We might not excel in any particular area, but we won't have any clear weaknesses either. All right, another branding question. It's about the type of fans we're trying to attack. What kind of image are we trying to project? Orthodox, rebellious, or neutral? See, this one you can only change once, and I think I want to do neutral for now. Playing it safe, huh? Well, we're not trying to alienate anyone is a valid way to go, and certainly not a bad choice. Okay, now for a question about screening income talent. We can conduct background checks during the recruitment process. A more rigorous background check will make the recruitment process more expensive, but it can help filter out more of the bad apples. How extensive do you want our background checks to be? I'm gonna do extensive. Because one of the like bad apples that you can get is one of your idols like used to be like heavier, and then photos of her from when she was younger keep leaking, and you always have to pay money to get rid of the photos, and it ruins her mental health. So excuse me. Let me take a quick sip of my water. My throat is so itchy. Okay, Spare no expense, huh? Well, it certainly won't be cheap, but it should drastically decrease the chance that we inadvertently hire someone who has skeletons in their closet. Metaphorically speaking, of course. No screening process is perfect, but we'll get as close to perfect as we can. Alright. We also need to talk about social media, since anything that the idols post online is going to reflect the organization. Part of the idol's contract allows us to set rules governing their public social media use. What kind of policy do you want regarding social media? Social media. So we could do no social media, which would prevent scandals, pre-moderated posts, or no restrictions. I think this is, as you can see by the fact that it's kind of highlighted, I always choose this one. I'm going to keep going with this one. So all the girls have to be approved before they can post. I think we can get a system in place for that. Smart thinking. Most of the benefits of social media while reducing the chance of something scandalous being posted. On a related note, we should figure out what to do about allowing live streams. If we want to allow them at all, they can be a good source of exposure, but there's always the risk of scandals. We'll do controlled. All right. I have heard that some streamers collect donations from viewers and can actually make a bit of side income from it. It's not a lot, but it's not nothing either. Oh, another thing. We need to have a dating policy in place. There are more, shall we say, invested fans who don't like the ideas of idols dating. They think it ruins the part of the appeal. On the other hand, not allowing idols to date is the kind of thing that would seem draconian to less invested fans and might be a bit of a turnoff for them. And that's completely apart from the impact that romance can have on an idol's life on an individual basis. There are a lot of emotional highs and lows that could come with the dating scene. While romance can boost someone's self-esteem, it could just as easily end up being a distraction. There's also the fact that what kind of dating policy we set will affect how dating-related scandals are seen by the public. If we have strict rules against dating, then anything remotely scandalous is going to be a much bigger deal than if we were more permissive. On the other hand, having a loose and flexible policy makes it more likely that scandals will happen in the first place. We could try to hedge our best our bets a little by not setting an official policy. And no matter what kind of dating policy we have, it won't do anything to discourage idols from becoming romantically involved within the group. That kind of thing has been known to happen, though if it's just an internal thing, it's easier to keep that kind of thing under wraps, so it probably wouldn't be an issue regardless. Let's go ahead and do ambiguous. Best to keep ourselves out of it then. Don't ask, don't tell policy probably won't appeal to many fans, but it's also less likely to repel them. One last thing related to finances, more specifically salaries. One of the things I've been thinking about is proactively offering the talent pay raises in order to keep them satisfied. The way it is right now, the only time idol salaries can increase is if you change them yourself. But if you authorize me to offer them incremental pay bumps, I could keep an eye on which girls seem to be less satisfied with their pay and give them a slight pay bump to keep them satisfied. How do you want me to handle salaries? Um, keep them at moderate levels for now. When we make hella money, we can do better. Okay, sounds good. I'll adjust idle salaries if their satisfaction seems to be dipping too low. Hey boss, oh sorry, am I interrupting anything? Not at all. We were just wrapping up some discussions of the group's policies. Okay, that's good thinking. Have you set up any policies on things like event security? No, actually, but that's a great point. In fact, we should probably decide that now. Yeah, we need to figure out what security policy is going to be at events where the idols interact with fans. Live appearances, handshake events, that sort of thing. Hardcore fans don't like seeing security guards everywhere, but having good security in place will make the girls feel safer. What levels of security should we have at events? Let's do restrictive. Strict security, I have to admit, hardcore fans probably aren't going to like that, but this should give the girls some peace of mind. I'm sure they'll appreciate that, even if the hardcore fans don't. While we've been on the topic of live events, I've been focusing on a lot of dance choreography. More specifically, I've been thinking about the clothing choices and how skirts can make certain kind of wardrobe accidents more likely depending on the dance moves. Fans might see a bit more than we want them to see, if you catch my drift. I'm sure that hardcore fans would get a huge kick out of seeing the girls in short skirts, but less hardcore fans aren't as into that kind of thing. If we go with longer skirts, some of the male fans won't be too happy with that choice, but it would probably go over better with the female fans, and it would still please some of the hardcore fans without alienating the more casual fans. Or, as a bit of the compromise, we could have the girls wear short skirts with safety shorts, less of a wardrobe risk malfunction, and that would keep the hardcore fans moderately happy without alienating anyone. Of course, we could also dodge the issue entirely and just have them wear pants instead. More and more groups are doing it these days, and from what I hear, a lot of casual fans find that look more appealing, especially guys in the audience. Hardcore fans would probably prefer the more traditional look with skirts, though. So, how do we want to handle clothing for dance performances? I always do the short skirts with safety shorts, but I kind of want to do the pants because casual fans will like it. We'll see what happens. Going for that modern look, huh? Cool. I imagine most of the girls will be wearing skirts and more traditional dresses outside of concerts, but costume changes are a pretty common thing for concerts anyways, so I don't expect it to complicate things too much. I'll make a note of that. Thanks for bringing it up. Oh, and one last thing. I know this is kind of a subjective question, but when it comes to live performances, what do you think is better, quality or energy? I think we're going to say quality and polish. Quality and polish, huh? I guess I better make sure the girls aren't lacking during practice. Having a high quality performance isn't easy, but I think the effort will be worth it. When you look at the idol groups that have a really wide appeal, most of them have really polished and slick performances. If someone only follows idol groups casually, then things that are going to stick out to them are the groups that have their choreography really nailed down and they're singing perfectly on pitch. When people watch a performance where everyone is hitting their marks perfectly and is completely in sync, they notice the difference. It's what separates the elite performers from the rest of the pack. It'll require a lot of hard work, but I know we can get there if the girls are willing to invest the effort. Of course, if you ever change your mind, you can always change the group policies. Yes, I'll draft off a list of group policies based on our discussion today, but you can modify them at any time. If you're unsure, my personal recommendation would be to experiment early on and see what works best for you. Once we actually start getting into production mode and start recording music and doing live performances, changing policies will take longer. So it's best to decide these kinds of things early on if you can. Thanks for your time, ma'am. I really look forward to working with Rumor. I know we're just starting out, but I've got a really good feeling about how things are going to go. Okay. All of that reading is to say, now we have this policy and we can push certain idols. So we're gonna go ahead and start with our older girls. And then I do want the limit. Oh. You have to have at least 80. Why are they fighting? Whatever. Okay, so let's see. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. It's been several days since people started responding to Mimi's social media posts with unrelated comments, and things haven't died down. Mimi seems to be a bit agitated about it. What's the best way to handle it? Keep ignoring the trolls or have Mimi stay off social. Let's have her stay off social media. It's probably best to lay low and wait for this whole thing to blow over. Been a while since Mimi has been active. Hope she's not dead. Mimi hasn't posted in a while. Is she on social media probation or something? No, she's just sticking off of it. Alright. Bonus to male and casual, but penalty to hardcore. I don't know if we should do anything about that. Alright. Oh, who's low? Get back up there. Oh my god. Oh, we did it! We did it! It's a third of spellbounds. Because they just keep growing. But it's fine. Alright, let's see what this is. Only 7 points? Easy. I'm gonna make it you accept. Okay. Cool. Now then, before we get up there, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna leave this here for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will be back on stream tomorrow. Not too sure what I'm gonna play yet because I kind of like to feel it out in the day. Don't like to set myself into too much of a schedule, but I should be back tomorrow around the same time. I'm aiming for like a 2 p.m., 2:30 to 3 p.m. start. Um, but yeah. So hopefully I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye, and thank you so much for watching. Ba-da-da-boom, bo-da-bo, ba-do, ba-do, bow. Boom.